If you haven't subscribed, you're missing out, mate. Is it any wonder that the national symbol of Canada is the cute and absolutely cuddly baby beaver, eh? Hence they sit at number 10 position of Canada's top 10 cutest baby animals. Although beavers are known to grow quickly, you still have about 3 months to admire the adorable features of this baby animal. Between April and July, the female beaver produces an average of 4 kits in a litter. Interestingly, they are born blind and move around with great help as they stumble in the middle of dammed streams all covered in fine fur. The good news is that this phase doesn't last long, and you can be sure that the mother will always be watching out for her little one. Still, the baby beaver spends a huge chunk of their time in the water, learning how to swim, building dams, and stealing human hearts when they play in streams. They get that swimming lesson locked in as early as 2 weeks old. Can you beat that? If you thought the cuteness of beavers was all you could handle, you're in for quite a ride. Take a look at this adorable little face. Your best chance of seeing one of these is if you take a quick trip towards Churchill in Manitoba, which boasts of as much as 60% of the polar bears in Canada. Similar to beaver kits, polar bear cubs are born small and blind, just a little over 12 inches at birth. However, their mother has a huge store of high-fat milk that helps them grow pretty fast. It's a cold and dangerous world for these cubs, so those early months are spent in the den with their mother until they are strong enough to learn how to hunt in the sea ice. It doesn't take them very long to master swimming techniques. Before long, they are out and about, ready to navigate the Arctic waters. With more than 30 species of seals, it's difficult to pick the cutest out of the bunch. But we have to give this round to the harbour seal pups, and it's not difficult to see why. Springtime is harbour seal pup season in Canada. A time when they are found mostly around area beaches, waiting for their mothers to nurse them. One look at their tiny whiskers and big round black eyes is enough to get you hooked. However, these pups are born with everything they need to survive and start hunting for themselves within 4 weeks of birth. For a human, that's definitely too early, but not for these pups who have hacked the secret to an independent life. Harbour seals are typically land animals, but their oxygen storage capacity is so extraordinary that they can stay submerged in water for as long as 30 minutes. This is only matched by their ability to gobble down seafood like mollusks and squid without chewing. That's a cool skill to have. Although puffins are known as the clowns of the sea, there's nothing clownish about their mating rituals and how they raise a family. These beautiful birds take "till death do us part" to a whole new other level, as the pair of puffins are mates for life and raise just 1 egg every season. This leads to the birth of the charmingly awkward yet beautiful little black and white breasted puffins. They usually have brightly coloured bills, which earned them the nickname sea parrot, and prefer to live on rocky coasts, especially around the islands of New Brunswick. Hold on to your akubras, folks, because you're in for a real treat when you cop an eyeful of number 1, from majestic grown-ups to guaranteed cuteness overload with the little nippers. This list's a winner. Don't be a galah. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss a minute of our other ripper videos. As adults, the white-tailed deer look big and imposing, with antlers that could deliver a death blow in one strike. But as babies, these little critters look nothing more than helpless animals that remind you of the famous Disney deer, Bambi. These baby deer, known as fawns, are known for their fluffy white tails and white spots that are present at birth. Unlike the antlers that grow a little later, the spots help them blend in with the scenery as much as possible. Their cuteness goes beyond physical features though. There's just something about their graceful movements and wobbly legs and big eyes that capture our hearts. Meanwhile, they are very vulnerable when young, as their mothers stay away from them to avoid leading predators to their scent. However, they do return occasionally to feed the fawns until they are strong enough to venture out into the wild on their own. While the females could spend as long as 2 years with their mother, the male leaves within a year. The adorable red foxes that have made Canada their home are little cuties that will make your heart melt faster than snow in spring. All it takes is to look at their fluffy reddish-brown coat, looking like a masterpiece from a classic artist. They move around with their bushy tails held high and stare through big, bright eyes that give you a hint of how mischievous they can be. However, it's not just about their super cute looks. As babies, they have several creative survival tricks up their furry sleeves to increase their chances of getting to adulthood. From their super dedicated parents that build cozy dens to protect them from the tough winter in Canada, to how fast they learn how to move around, these are super intelligent creatures. If they could talk, these baby red foxes would give their accommodation 5 stars on Yelp. Within a few months, they master how to stalk prey, dig burrows, and navigate their surroundings. It takes a lot to resist giving them a hug. Although many people classify the American pika as rodents due to their short ears and hamster-like size, they are more closely related to rabbits and hares, hence the nickname the whistling hare. However, there's so much more to this nickname, and it has a lot to do with the shrill sounds they make to alert their friends to danger. Still, when they are not trying to destroy your eardrums, these fluffy rock stars are absolutely adorable to look at in their young phase. They have an excessive amount of fur coat that would make you think of a teddy bear, all soft and huggable. These little creatures have an amazing personality, living in rocky landscapes like little mountain climbers of Canada. Now let's talk about their parents. These devoted parents spend a few weeks before birth creating a safe haven out of grass and moss. As soon as they are out into the world, the little adventurers are out like furry daredevils. We're fair dinkum close to snagging that #1 spot, mate. Give us a cheeky subscribe and a like if you reckon this video's a ripper. Now let's have a chin wag about the smelliest little critter in Canada, eh? Yes, I know. Why is a skunk, known for stinking up all of Canada, on a list about the cutest baby animals in the country? Well, that's because before these warning stripes appear, these little stinkers have some serious charm up their fur. Baby skunks, known as kits, typically arrive between April and May in litters of up to 7 babies. Now, these kits are not born with the stink spray. Instead, they are blind, deaf, furless and stinkless, resulting in a soft and pink little bundle that's absolutely cute. It takes about 3 weeks for their eyes to open, and that's around the same time that they earn their spray. Meanwhile, these tiny furballs waddle around with their tails held high after about 3 months of living in their protective den. As they grow, they step up into their responsibilities as nature's special pest control squad by keeping the insect population quite low. That's one surefire way to know you have skunks on your property. Apart from your nose, of course. Right in the heart of Canada are the irresistibly adorable black bear cubs with their fluffy balls of fur. You can't help but notice that these cubs have what could possibly be the darkest and softest coats you've ever seen on a wild animal. It's tough to resist running your fingers through them, from their teeny tiny paws to their stunning eyes that give you a glimpse of how curious these creatures can be. The black bear cubs are always adventure ready. Even when they are tiny, the cubs can't resist exploring everything in their path on their wobbly legs, while their parents take them through the bear boot camp on the basics of survival. They learn how to fish, hunt for insects and berries, and climb trees, as these will all come in handy when they become adults. The shocking thing about black bears is that they are not always black, like the name would lead you to believe. They can be brown or bluish. Despite how huggable black bear cubs are, they will always be wild at heart, so take care. A huge chunk of bald eagles in Canada can be found in the coastal British Columbia and command a regal appearance that earned them the reputation of the largest birds of prey in the country. Their little eaglets are just as majestic, but mixed with that innocent look that you can only find in baby animals. These amazing birds grow up in massive nests, which their parents build high up in trees. These nests, known as eyries, are the typical aerial mansion with a killer view and all the food the eaglets need to have the best best chance at becoming healthy bald eagles. Of course, these birds are far from bald, but this only refers to their dark brown body and white head. Which one broke your cuteness radar? Let us know in the comments.
Cheers for watching and good on you, mate. Now, if you want to be a cool cobber, give this next video a burl.